you usually don't challenge the greatest in the world. But we had that kind of brother love and relationship that I could push him, and he would do it, which I feel amazing about that.
I was always told, what are you doing this training stuff for? The same thing that we've all been told, many times. Like, on your deathbed, you ain't going to be thinking about this. You're going to be thinking about this, 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 and this. All right? Well, I've been in that position. And I'm telling you right now,
For sure.
I was thinking about a lot of this. So what are some of the things that you would think about at that time, the memories that would come back if you're laying on your death? Yes, you're thinking about your family and all. That's a given, right?
Given.
But what are some of the training things that would run through your head that will never leave?
Oh, wow. Obviously, first and foremost, I still, if you're listening, man, you're definitely the biggest inspiration I've ever met and the best friend I've ever had in my entire life. So Ronnie is the very first face and voice and physique that I think of in bodybuilding, which is strange because I always idolized Dorian, until I met Ronnie. And I was just like, holy shit, Dorian who? I mean, I hate Dorian, don't get mad. But Ronnie was an alien compared to Dorian. And compared to the bodybuilders now. The type of workouts we had and the things that he would say in my mind still stick. Nothing to it but to do it. That's the number one quote. Not yeah, buddy, not lightweight baby. Lightweight baby is kind of, global. Yeah. It is global. But nothing to it but to do it resonated with me. I think when I was about to leg press 2,000 pounds or whatever, and again, leg press is bullshit. It depends on the angle. You're just pushing it along the floor. But I was going for a PR, and I was wrapping up. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I said, I'm going to do 12. He said, no, you're going to do 20. And I looked at him. He said, don't look, do. And so I said, are you recording? He said, get your fucking mind right. You're doing 20. And so I thought, okay, I'm doing 20. I made my mind up that I was going to do 20. I had beaten myself before I started by saying, okay, I'm going to do 12. And so that goes back to, and I did 20 easily, no problem. It goes back to him saying, I could have done 4 or 5 reps with 800 pounds when I squatted it, but because I put it into my mind that I was only going to get 2, that's where I stopped at. Because if you watch him squat that 2 reps, it looks like he's squatting 405 for a double and then racking it. And so getting into the mindset of hearing Ronnie yelling, yeah, buddy, lightweight, let's go, and then right before I do something, nothing to it but to do it, that's fucking right. There's nothing to anything except doing it. It's so cliche, so stupid, so simple, but you put that number in your mind, within human ability, of course. You're not going to go squat 1,000. Well, some people do, but I'm just saying, if you get your mind right, like he says, get your mind right, nothing to it but to do it, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And that's what comes up when I think about, okay, yeah, I did everything I was going to do because Ronnie told me to. You know what I mean? That's what I'll be laying there thinking. Thank God I met Ronnie Coleman.
Now, with those sets that you were doing, so I would call that a challenge set.
Yeah.
Were those part of every leg training session, or were they sporadically put in there?
Always.
So every session.
That sorry motherfucker, every time I would do something, I'm not calling him sorry, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
But let's say I did the 160s for 20 reps and throw them. And we'd always be so amped up, the windows would crack, we were yelling so loud. And the first thing he'd say, man, you could have done 2 more. Ronnie, I just did 20. I've only done 12 before. Yeah, but you had 2 more. And I'm thinking, okay, motherfucker, next time I'll do 22. And I would. Because he would get in my head. And I like it when he would get in my head. And he would never give me a spot. Don't work out with Ronnie because you're not going to get a spot. I'm not shitting you, dude. He won't even hand you the weight. You pick up the weight, you go sit down, and you do your set. And then when you're struggling, go keep pushing. And you drop the weight. Okay, yeah, you could have done 2 more. Or that was good. That looked heavy. That looked like a 10-ton banana is what he would say. I felt like 20 tons.
Yeah.
But so that encouragement was always in my head, and I loved it. Every workout. He always pushed me to that next level. I felt like I started growing more in 2015 and getting stronger in 2017 than I've ever been in my entire life. Because he always got in my head. I never let him get in my head when I was younger because I had other things going on. Now I'm so much more relaxed in life and happier than I've ever been. It's okay for him to get in my head. I want him there.
Mm-hmm.
Best friend.
So did you push back on him the same way?
Always.
Or did he not
Oh,
need
we
it?
talked so much shit to each other. The best shit that you could ever hear. I would mess with him so, because again, understand he's one of the strongest bodybuilders alive. At this point, he's having to scale back, obviously,
Oh, yes.
with evidence. You know, he just
Mhm.
can't do what he does. Even with the lighter weight, I would always say, "Oh, you had 5 more. What are you doing?" And I would yell at him, "Come on, 2 or 3 more," because I knew he had it in him. And you know, him being the king, you usually don't challenge the greatest in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But we had that kind of brother love and relationship that I could push him, and he would do it,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel amazing about that. I love that.
So if you weren't there, did he train at that same intensity all the time?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that he gave it his all the time, but there will be times that I wouldn't train that hard if he wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be human about
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
you know?
Well, what I'm trying to figure out is how this, because you can't push at that level, because it's, if we talk RPE, RIR, and all these different words that people use today, where those always get skewed to me is, well, what mindset are you starting with?
Right.
Right? Because
Yeah.
I can
Who's
show,
RPE?
yeah, because I can show you a set of 8 with a neutral mindset,
Mhm.
and I can show you a set of 8 with an extreme mindset,
Mhm.
and probably somewhere in between.
Sure.
They're all different. One set of 8 could end up being 25,
Sure.
but I'm going to pay for that motherfucker
Right.
in a big way.
Like we did last night.
Yeah, yeah. So you can't do those all the time
No, of
because
course
it's
not.
just going to tear you down.
Yeah.
You know,
And
but
you gotta
there's,
know.
yeah. So that was all based upon how you felt.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 experienced bodybuilders, both with 40 years, one the greatest in the world, one training with all the greats in the world. Understand, when you say something, if you're up to the task, fucking accept the challenge.
Hmm.
If you're not, just be quiet about it and don't do it.
How often did the training split change, if it ever?
All the time. So I don't know how much of this I should say, but we literally would train everything. I don't want to say twice a week, but let's just say we were training. Let's an example. This is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
exact,
yeah.
but let's say we train chest on Monday, legs on Tuesday, back on Wednesday, shoulders on. Let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, shoulders on Thursday. Friday we would train chest again, and then Saturday it would be legs again, and then Sunday. So we were constantly revolving the body parts, and we'd take one day off every 8 days,
Hmm.
and it would be one workout will be all machines. The very next workout of the same body part will be all dumbbells. The very next workout will be all barbell weight, and so forth. That way, it worked. You know, people say stop trying to confuse your body. Jay Cutler used the very same exercises for all of his Olympiads, and still to this day, what works works, and what doesn't doesn't. But there's no wrong way,
Hmm.
as long as you're not hurting yourself. You know what
So
I'm
it made
saying?
it easier though too, because you know, hey, look, the less chest workout we did was all machines, so this one's all dumbbell.
Exactly.
Then
Yeah.
the next one's all free weight.
And we may throw the same couple of exercises in every chest workout,
Yeah.
but the core of it, the baseline, will be either based on dumbbells, barbells, or machines. And that
Mhm.
made it fun too. I can't wait to get the machines because you use more weight. It's safer.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
No, mentally, it's a little bit of a break too.
For sure.
You
Yeah.
know, where the barbells are, it's harder to
Killing
recover
you.
from. Yeah.
Yeah, killing you.
Yeah.
And we would revolve. We mainly stuck to the barbells and the dumbbells, but you know we'd throw the machines in there as well sometimes.
So that 8-day split, the body parts may change, but it's still kind of rotated on an 8-day split.
The body parts always stayed the same, but
Okay.
the exercises changed.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that never changed. So it wasn't like you were doing a 2-day split, 1 day off for some period,
We
and then a
did the same
3-day.
thing for like 3 decades.
All right. The reason I'm throwing that out there is because that's where a lot of the beginners and intermediates want to get all confused.
Change my program.
Yeah.
My
like,
body's getting used to it.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, do I need a 3-day split, a 2-day split, a 4-day split?
Yeah.
You know, and they're always trying to change all that shit. And the
Right.
more I talk to people, the more you find they did the same split for fucking 30 years.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You know, and a lot of it's work related, job related. It's just legs work better on this day, so
Yeah.
we're doing it on this day.
Now I'm going to go in and implement this and say, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And say I have several clients that I train. Some of them are cops, some of them are military, some of them are just regular people, and I don't want to call the common laborer regular, but they're the workforce
yeah.
of America. I do change their program every 8 weeks to keep them interested,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and to give them a different angle, especially if they're new.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to start watching their physiques grow and get stronger and start to capitalize and hone in more on, okay, this is working. you didn't see anything from that, and then that's the beauty of a personal training program that's not cookie cut from the internet or what somebody wrote in, yesterday's article.
Yeah.
It's good to follow those, but then is it working or not? And it could work. But then again, like I say, nothing is wrong as long as it's not hurting you. But if it's not helping you, then you need to change it.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point there too that I kind of overlooked is by when you guys got into the flow of really doing that, you already kind of mastered the art of what I would call auto regulation.
Okay.
Like like after a couple sets, this exercise we ain't going super crazy on this.